You slept well last night. You ate properly. You are rested. But when you look in the mirror in the morning, it seems like the mirror disagrees. Those blemishes, that dull complexion, that feeling that your face is communicating a tiredness that you don't feel inside. And the worst part isn't the stain itself. The worst thing is to look and not recognize yourself. It's that strange feeling of thinking, when did this happen? Because it didn't happen all at once. It happened slowly. So slowly that one day you looked and it was different. And if you're here now, you've probably already tried something. You've already bought a product. You've already done research. You've already gambled on some cream that promised a lot and delivered little. Perhaps you've reached a point where you think, is there no hope left for me? I need you to stay here until the end, because what I'm going to show you today isn't just another miracle product. It's not an expensive procedure. It's not an empty promise. This is an explanation that will finally make sense of what's happening to your skin. And there's an oil, extremely common, that most people have or can easily find, that some people have started using in a specific way, before bed, and it's attracting a lot of attention. I'm not going to reveal what it is yet, but by the end of this video, you'll understand why it works in a way that most other products can't. Stay with me. Now let me explain something to you that perhaps no one has explained before. Most people think that age spots and a faded complexion after 50 are simply aging, that it's inevitable, that it's genetics, that it's time doing what time does. And in part, yes, time takes its toll on the skin. That's true. But experts have noticed something interesting. In many cases, the skin isn't just aging, it's trapped in a silent process that repeats itself every night while you sleep, accumulating damage upon damage in an almost invisible way. And when you understand this process, a lot of things start to make sense. So let's start from the beginning. They would arrive every night, renew the cells, remove what was damaged, produce new collagen, and get everything organized for the next day. You would wake up with rested skin, luminous, radiant. Even after 50, that same team is still there. But it seems someone cut the budget in half and reduced the working hours. Cell renewal, which previously took around 28 days, can now take twice as long, sometimes even longer. Collagen, which provided firmness and fullness, begins to be produced in smaller quantities. And what does exist is being degraded faster than it is being replenished. The skin barrier, responsible for retaining moisture, becomes thinner, more fragile. It allows water to escape more easily. And there's one more thing that few people consider. Sun damage, the kind that has accumulated over decades, in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, when sunscreen was a rarity and nobody talked about daily sun protection. This damage remained stored in the deeper layers of the skin. And after 50, when the rate of skin renewal slows down, it begins to rise, to appear on the surface. That's why age spots, melasma, and uneven skin tones seem to appear out of nowhere. But they're not out of nowhere. They're decades of your skin's history surfacing all at once. And look what's cruel about this story. The more you try to solve the problem with harsh products, excessive exfoliation, or strong acids that weren't made for your skin right now, the more you may be irritating a barrier that is already fragile. But one question remains unanswered. Why do some people seem to maintain a more even skin tone for decades? Why do some people reach 60 or 65 years of age with a balanced tone, luminous skin, without that constant, tired look? The answer lies in what they do, or fail to do, especially at night. A cream that dermatologists recommend. A serum that erases blemishes in weeks. An imported formula that costs a month's salary and arrives in beautiful packaging with an instruction leaflet full of scientific terms that nobody understands. And you buy it because you want to feel good, because you deserve to feel good. Try it for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, and the stains are still there. Sometimes they even seem stronger, more visible, as if the skin reacted in the opposite way to what you expected. And then comes that thought that hurts more than any stain. I've tried so many things that I've stopped believing. If you've ever thought this, I want you to know, it's not weakness. It's the result of a market that sells hope without providing explanation. Because the problem, most of the time, isn't you, it's the approach. Let me show you the most common mistakes people over 50 make with their own skin, and maybe you'll recognize yourself in some of them. It becomes sensitive to the sun, and then the spots you were trying to lighten get even darker. Because inflamed skin produces more melanin. It's a defense mechanism of your own body. Others compete. And the skin, which is already trying to balance itself, receives an overload of information that it simply cannot process. Mistake number 4, believing that quick results are real results. This is the most dangerous one. Because products that promise transformation in 7 days usually contain ingredients that create a temporary illusion. They slightly plump the skin, fill it superficially, but they don't address the real causes of what you're seeing. And when the effect wears off, the skin returns. Sometimes worse. On the other end of the spectrum, there are those who give up too quickly. They use a product for 2 weeks, see no results, and stop. But skin after 50 has a different rhythm. It responds. It changes, but in its own time. And if you don't understand that time, you'll keep jumping from product to product without ever giving anything a chance to really work. Before we continue, I need to tell you that if this video is making sense to you so far, if you recognize yourself in any of these situations, hit the like button below now. This simple gesture helps this content reach other women who also need to hear this. And tell me in the comments, which of these mistakes have you made? Feel free to speak freely because there's no judgment here. There's identification. So if these are the mistakes, what is the way forward? The answer begins with understanding something that most people completely ignore. What happens to your skin while you sleep? This is no coincidence. It's because the skin is in a completely different mode at night than during the day. During the day, she's in defense mode, dealing with solar radiation, with pollution, with the wind, with makeup, with constant touching, with stress. She expends energy protecting herself. At night, when you lie down, when the light goes out and the temperature drops, the skin changes function. It enters repair mode. Collagen production increases. Cell turnover accelerates, especially between midnight and 4 in the morning. Blood vessels dilate slightly, increasing circulation. And the ability to absorb active ingredients changes. The skin becomes more receptive. It's as if during the day her door is closed and locked. And at night, she opens it slightly. But there's an important detail that few people consider. Along with this increased receptivity, the skin also loses more water during the night. This is called transepidermal water loss. And in mature skin with a thinner barrier, this loss is even greater. This means that if you go to bed without any specific skincare routine, your skin may wake up even more dehydrated than when you went to sleep. More dull, drier, more prone to accentuated lines and blemishes. But if you understand this mechanism, you can use it to your advantage, because there is an ingredient that acts precisely at that moment. That seals in hydration. That provides antioxidants when the skin is most receptive. That supports the repair process without irritating, without harming, without overloading. And that ingredient is an oil you've probably heard of, that you might already have at home. That costs much less than any imported serum. And now I'm going to tell you what it is. And it's the combination of these things that makes the difference between a result you've never seen before and a product that's been forgotten at the back of the cupboard. So stay with me until the end, because the revelation is important. But the way to use it is what really matters. An oil extracted from the seeds of a wild fruit that grows mainly in Chile and Argentina, used for decades by South American indigenous communities precisely for its skin benefits. And in recent years, researchers and dermatologists have begun to look more closely at the composition of this oil. And what they found is interesting. And when I say essential, I'm not using the term as a compliment. I'm using it in the literal sense. Essential fatty acids are those that your body doesn't produce on its own. They need to come from outside sources. The main one is linoleic acid. It represents around 40 to 50% of the oil's composition. And this acid has a very specific characteristic. It helps to rebuild and strengthen the skin barrier. Remember when I said that mature skin has a thinner, more fragile barrier, losing more water at night? Linoleic acid works precisely on this barrier. It helps to seal it. It helps retain hydration. It helps the skin to defend itself better from the environment. It also contains linolenic acid, another essential fatty acid with anti-inflammatory action. And this is important because, as I explained before, inflamed skin produces more melanin, more pigmentation, more blemishes. An ingredient that helps reduce silent skin inflammation may, over time, contribute to a more even skin tone. Synthetic retinol in high concentrations can be very irritating, especially to mature, more sensitive skin. The natural retinol present in rosehip oil comes in smaller, milder doses. Some studies suggest that this natural version may be better tolerated by sensitive skin, delivering benefits more gradually and without the harshness of the concentrated version. Antioxidants. And antioxidants are exactly what mature skin needs to combat something called oxidative stress, which, in simple terms, is the damage caused by free radicals that accumulate over the years. Sun, pollution, stress, poor diet, all of these generate free radicals that attack skin cells. Antioxidants are like shields. They neutralize this attack. And when you apply an antioxidant-rich oil at night, when the skin is in repair mode and most receptive, you're essentially delivering the building materials at the very time the work is happening. Rosehip oil has something called low comedogenicity. In simple terms, it has a low tendency to clog pores. It's a dry oil, which means it penetrates the skin relatively quickly, without leaving that heavy, greasy feeling that many oils leave. The texture is light, almost silky. Many people report that after absorption, the skin feels comfortable, not oily. But be aware, this doesn't mean it works the same for everyone. Skin is different, and I'll tell you how to test it safely in a moment. The spots don't disappear overnight, but they appear less contrasting and less noticeable. Some preliminary studies have investigated the use of oils rich in linoleic acid on hyperpigmented spots and observed positive results in some participants after prolonged use. But it's important to make it clear, this is not a medical treatment. This does not replace an evaluation by a dermatologist, and results vary from person to person. What I can honestly tell you is this: For mature, dry skin with uneven tone that doesn't tolerate harsh ingredients well, rosehip oil is one of the gentlest and most studied allies available, and it costs a fraction of the price of any imported serum. Let's take it one step at a time, answering the questions I know are on your mind right now. The scent is slightly earthy, vegetal. It's not a pleasant perfume in the conventional sense, but that's a sign that it's pure. Today you can find it in pharmacies, health food stores, and online at very affordable prices. A small package lasts a long time because you only use a minimal amount, 3 to 4 if you want to include the neck. Excess oil no longer penetrates the skin. It stays on the surface. It clogs pores. And it creates that greasy feeling that makes people give up. 2 or 3 drops, no more than that. Its active compounds can degrade with sun exposure and, in some cases, may increase skin sensitivity to UV rays if used during the day without adequate protection. At night, he works protected, in the dark, exactly when the skin is in repair mode. Gently rub your palms together to warm the oil. Body temperature aids absorption. Then press your palms against your face. Don't rub, press. Run your fingers across your cheeks, forehead, chin, and neck in gentle upward motions. Wait 5 to 10 minutes before lying down or applying any other product on top. Sixth, can it be used under moisturizer? Yes. If you already use a night moisturizer and don't want to give it up, apply the oil first. Wait for it to absorb, and then apply the moisturizer on top. Oil first, cream after, always in that order. Very oily skin with a tendency towards active acne should be treated with caution. Despite its low comedogenicy, each skin type reacts differently. Skin with active rosacea also deserves attention. Consult a dermatologist first, and always do a sensitivity test before applying it to your entire face. If redness, itching, or irritation occurs, this oil may not be suitable for your skin at this time. If there is no reaction, you can proceed to the face more safely. They don't see anything dramatic, and they stop. And that's exactly where the story ends before it begins. So let me give you an honest timeline. No exaggeration on the upside, no pessimism on the downside. Just the truth of what many people report when they use rosehip oil consistently and correctly. Less of that tight, dry feeling, that skin that needs water first thing in the morning. This isn't a visible result yet. It's the barrier beginning to be nourished. It's the skin receiving what it needed and responding to the comfort. Don't expect to see a difference in the mirror just yet, but pay attention to how it feels. It will already be different. It's not drama. It's not a transformation. It's that feeling when your face has a slightly different glow, less dull, less ashy. It may be that only you notice, and that's okay. Real change starts like this. Subtle, almost imperceptible, but real. With a stronger barrier, reduced silent inflammation, and supported cellular renewal night after night, some people begin to notice greater uniformity in skin tone. The spots haven't disappeared, but they seem less contrasting, less prominent. The skin's undertone appears more balanced. And something changes along with that, something no product can put on the packaging. You start looking at yourself in the mirror in a different way, not because your skin is perfect, but because you're doing something for yourself. Every night, consistently, carefully. And that has an emotional weight that goes beyond cosmetology. And the overall feeling is of skin that looks like it has truly rested. Some studies that investigated the use of oils rich in essential fatty acids on hyperpigmented spots observed that more consistent results appear between 6 and 12 weeks of regular use. It's not a miracle. It's biology working at its own pace. We look in the mirror every day, and when you look at something every day, you don't notice the change happening. Because change is gradual, subtle. It doesn't announce its arrival. It's like watching a child grow up. Those who live with them every day hardly notice, but those who see it months later are amazed. Your skin works that way too. That's why I want to propose a challenge to you. Simple, no cost, no complications. The 30-day challenge. Today, before going to sleep, take a picture of your face. Same lighting, same distance, no filter, no makeup. Save this photo. Start using the rosehip oil tonight, just like I explained. In 30 days, at the same time, with the same lighting, take another photo. Place the two side by side. I'm not promising you'll have a dramatic revelation. The difference might be subtle. It might be bigger than you expected. It depends on your skin, its texture, and your body. But what I can tell you is this. You will have done something for yourself for 30 days straight, carefully, intentionally, consistently. And that, regardless of the result in the mirror, already changes something. It carries everything you have lived, created, overcome, and built. The blemishes are not a failure. The changed skin is not a defeat. But wanting to feel good in your own skin, wanting to look in the mirror and recognize yourself, wanting to take care of yourself. This has no expiration date. This has no age limit. And this is not vanity. It's about self-respect. And you deserve it. Sometimes change happens so slowly that you don't notice it even when you look every day. But it is happening. Give her the time she needs. And each comment helps this content reach other women who also need it. And if you liked it, if it made sense, if you're going to try the 30-day challenge, hit the like button now. This simple gesture, which costs nothing, is what allows me to continue bringing you content like this for free every week. And look over there on the screen. There's a video playing now that I chose especially for you to watch after this one. It's about another nighttime skincare routine that transforms mature skin in a way that few people know about. Don't close this channel yet. Go watch it. Until the next video, take care of yourself.